Many of us know the exhaustion of repeating the same arguments and hitting the same pain points over and over in our relationships. The common response is to try and outrun it. We change partners, we move to a new city, or we lean on spiritual concepts to prove why the other person is to blame for our distress. This blame is the core of our dishonesty. It is a refusal to look inward at the moment our trauma is triggered. We tell ourselves that the discomfort belongs to the partner rather than recognizing it as something living within us. Every time we project that pain onto someone else, the underlying wound remains unaddressed. Because we haven't owned it, the trauma simply follows us into the next relationship, waiting for the next person to trigger it again. The intense emotional reaction we feel during a conflict usually outweighs the actual event. This is because the current argument isn't the true source of the pain. It is merely the catalyst for something much older. These are sanskaras, ancestral wounds and behavioral patterns stacked inside our cellular DNA. We carry the unhealed history of our entire bloodline within the very code of our bodies. Think of a relationship trigger as an envelope of pain delivered by the universe. It contains a specific piece of that ancestral karma, sent to you specifically so it can finally be processed. Our default reflex is to try and return the envelope. We hand it back to our partner through blame, convinced they are the reason for our suffering. As long as the partner is viewed as the source of the problem, the envelope stays sealed. The ancestral pattern continues to dictate our lives, keeping us trapped in an inescapable karmic loop. To break this cycle, we have to adopt a state of radical self-honesty, supported by a deep, unwavering self-compassion. This requires sitting directly in the heat of the trauma without seeking external relief. You resist the urge to fix the other person, and instead hold your awareness on the discomfort inside yourself. In these moments, you treat your internal wounding as you would treat a terrified, helpless child. You hold yourself close, offering the same soothing support you once sought from the outside world. Intimacy is a byproduct of this inner work. It is a state we reach within our own hearts long before we can truly share it with another person. When we learn to regulate our own internal triggers, we stop demanding that our partners manage our emotions for us. We find a sense of inner stability that no longer relies on their behavior. The relationship itself serves as a silent chemical field. It is the precise laboratory where our internal progress is tested through the chemistry of daily interaction. This is the core of Tantra, transmuting raw suffering into love. It's the moment-to-moment process of turning emotional lead into spiritual gold. When a partner triggers fear, we feel it completely, but digest it internally, preventing negative energy from poisoning the relationship. This inner alchemy eventually leads to a magical shift. We find we have completely let go of the need for the other person to change. Even if the partner continues to project their own unhealed wounds onto us, our hearts remain open. We are no longer triggered by their behavior because we have cleared the internal resonance that used to react to it. This state of disinterested, unconditional love provides total liberation. We are free to participate in the relationship without being enslaved by its drama. Why are our personal relationships suddenly so intense and demanding? What is this exhausting inner work building toward on a larger scale? Because we carry our ancestors' history in our DNA, our relationships act as a collective clearinghouse. When we heal our own triggers, we are purging the deeply rooted trauma of our entire species. We are undergoing a deep genetic change. The old ways of relating are being shattered to empty us out, preparing us to become vessels for a new kind of human functioning. Each person who processes a private piece of trauma in their own home is clearing a section of the collective genetic pool, making it easier for everyone else to do the same. These private relationship struggles are the localized events of a much larger, species-wide transformation. This process eventually leads to the highest state of human evolution, transparency. As more individuals clear their ancestral trauma, the collective membrane of fear begins to dissolve. This paves the way for a future supercell of collective intelligence, where humanity shares a single, vast, interconnected awareness. In this future, the physical desires that drive relationships today will be replaced by an ecstatic, spiritual union, a sacred marriage that connects us all at a subtle, celestial level. For now, the process is messy and requires immense patience. We will make mistakes and fall back into old patterns as we navigate this transition. The courage to face our own triggers fuels the biological transition into the next human epoch. By taking responsibility for our own pain, we are actively participating in the birth of a new world.